want me like me up. I want to be live where I swear not easy. I've been rapping my own man and girl in the market was doing I'm breaking the profit. On my way, people calling me names. All the trouble I see, I ain't do at the peace. When the suffering, the sources I can't pay the code, only how I get paid. Sooner or later, my hustle pay. Let pay, and I'm rushing myself. Keep it cool, everything have a CC. Too much rushing, I probably chasing. One day. One day. I feel it cool. One day, my
hustle gonna pay one day. Enemies they're gonna see my face. Me pa know I'm not watching it. One day, success gonna come my way. I know my hustle gonna pay one day. Enemies they're gonna see my face. Me pa know I'm not watching it. One day, success gonna come my way. Yeah. My mama was so worried. My papa was so worried. My friend was your money. Any mess that will come on that miss. So I on my way. 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 I'm on my way to this place and I'm looking for money. Looking for money, oh. Looking for money. I want make mama happy. Want make papa happy. Want make all my brothers and sisters to come around me. Yeah. Captain Cool, why you know you hustle? Why saying the book of the Genesis? Shall come to power, shall come to power. I feel every working on Wednesday. In my love for the man, in my love for the man. All in the dark, all in the dark, all in the week, all in the week, all in the sun. The mama was so worried. No for air. My papa was so worried. My friend was your money. Any mess that will come on that miss. So I on my way. 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 I'm looking for money.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Lieutenant Commander Glapohkpa Chesson, and welcome to my show. This morning, I'm at Toyin African Restaurant in Providence, Rhode Island, with the proprietor. Ma'am, could you kindly tell us your name and when you started this business?
My name is Toyin Bankole. This business started in the year 2020 during the pandemic period time. That is when this place was found, and then we started gradually. Now today here we are in Tony African Restaurant on Broad Street, number 45 Central Street.
So it's a bit, I know you just started and you're dealing with the whole Rhode Island community. What about the African community? Do the people know about you?
Yeah. Some African community have known us, so we are still introducing ourselves to the community so that they can know us better.
So what would you like to say to people on my show?
Yeah, I would like to say hi to everyone, my African people, both Liberia, Nigeria, Senegal, those all parts of Africa that are coming to eat here. It's not only Africa. we see a lot of white people trying to eat this my egusi soup with pounded yam. We eat like this. Some will come here, I teach them how to eat this. They will come here, they will use the left right to cut the fufu and use the right hand to make soup. No, I tell them no, this is how to cut the fufu. Then you put the pounded yam, not fufu. It's pounded yam, you put it in egusi soup, then you swallow. And it's very delicious.
Well, thank you very much. I will spread the news around, let the people know about your restaurant. I had cassava leaf and rice here, were very delicious. Thank you.
Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome to Jargon African Restaurant at 45 Central Street in Providence, Rhode Island, right behind the Dunkin' Donuts on Broad Street. You can't miss it. So, thank you very much again, and good luck with your restaurant.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Lieutenant Commander Glapohkpa Chesson talk show. It's a cold morning this morning. It's 39 degrees in Providence, Rhode Island. We're not getting much higher. We're getting up to the 50s, mid-50s, upper 50s. I think that's how far it's going, but it's going to be sunny. So whatever you got to do it, work, play, fun, do it. It's going to be nice and sunny today, but chilly. Govern yourselves accordingly. Now, we know of all the problems that go on in our country this morning too, with the shooting we learned about of one of the officials of our government son. My topics for this morning are 1, Liberians' political jargon for the speedy and unaccounted for resolution of conflicts, for peace sake, must cease and desist. 2, for Liberia and Liberians to truly progress, a solid foundation of accountability and justice through the rule of constitutional law must be firmly established. And I will tell you what are those things that form the foundation for accountability and justice on our rule of law as we go on through my class. So those are my topics for this morning, and we got a lot to talk about. So without any further ado, let's take a break and get into my message for this morning. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Lieutenant Commander Glapohkpa Chesson talk show. Today I'm at Tooth's Market on Charles Street and Ledge Street in Providence, Rhode Island. I'm here with the proprietor. Sir, could you kindly tell us your name and how long this business has been here?
My name is Tunde. I've been in business here for the past almost 35 years.
Wow. And what kind of support have you received from the community, especially the African community?
Yeah, it's a good question. The community has been supporting us, been patronizing us. Basically, if you come here, you want to get the best of Africa, this is the right place to come. Choose Market, 611 Shah Street, Providence, Rhode Island.
Well, thank you very much. I'm sure we're going to spread the news and people will see your business, and I hope more people come to support you.
I really appreciate that, and thank you for coming. God bless you.
Thank you very much. We're back. Now, we know in Liberia, one of the biggest things we got to solve every problem is for peace sake. All our tribal issues, all our political issues, all our social issues, when we want to resolve them without any accountability, without any fuss, without any noise, we say, hey, for peace sake, man, let's take. Let's take. Where this for peace sake came about, when our nation was founded and our tribal people were learning how to come together after we had our conflicts, our wars, and one tribe has to do the other ones, and the Congo people had established the government of Liberia and Monrovia, peace for peace sake became a means for pacifying all the antagonistic groups in our society. Because it was the easiest thing to say, hey man, let's leave it alone, man. For peace sake, just drop everything, man. Let's move on. Let's leave it alone. That has been our peace-making and peacekeeping mechanism for nearly 200 years. That for peace sake permeates every aspect of our society. And right now, as of this day, it's time for us to do away with that for peace sake BS. It is not only obsolete, it is a destructive slogan or jargon or whatever you want to call it that we have held so precious to us as a means of solving our problems and disputes for so long. And now it is clear and evident that this for peace sake problem is not a solution to our problem no more. Those days for peace sake have long gone. We are not strangers to each other no more. We are brothers and sisters. Whether we fight, whether we fuss, we curse each other, we are brothers and sisters. We know each other. We've been together for nearly 200 years. We know each other. We know all the faults of our country. We know all the problems of our country. And the time for this, for peace sake business to stop is now. We understand our country. We understand what government means. We may not know all of its mechanisms or its ramifications, but we know what government means. We know what governance means. We know what patriotism means. We know what Liberianism means. We have had almost 200 years of existence together. And our country will now move forward if we keep hanging on to these old, obsolete, long gone premises, jargon, slogans, whatever we call it, songs that don't add any progress and advancement or insight into our lives. It's time for us to do away with them. And that is why, for peace sake, is a primary source of all of our problems that we might get away with. You know why it's so important for us to get away with? This morning when I got on to listen to the different podcasts, I was listening to Focus on Liberia with Denon Ja. And he was talking about how the Liberian people attitude towards the establishment of a war crime court. Some people say, oh, it must be for peace sake. We must forget it. We all one family now. And that's what he was saying. And some people saying we must hold them accountable and all these kind of things. But majority of what he was saying was, we must forgive them. We must forget about the war crimes court. We must just move on. My people, that is asinine. That is stupid. Look at what's happening right now. All the stealing that going on in our country, when we point to the people who say you're stealing, they say, oh, you did it before. You did it before. What do you think if we don't bring war crime court and another war break out in our country, which is seriously certain to break out if we don't resolve our issues right now? We're going to another war because the criminal aspects of our society has not gone away. Neither has it dwindled. It has increased. It has awakened. And there's no way we can exist under this wickedness and corruption and stealing now without another civil war to stop it. And we can't afford it. We can't afford it, man. We lost our educated people during the last war. Everybody in our country now, your children just growing up and learning things. That way everything's so new and exciting to you. Because the things we've been through and seen and were obsolete to us, that things that are new to you now. Because you've never seen it before. And it's not fair. You may think it's new and good and all of that, but for us who've seen it and been there and done that, it's not fair to you. Because those things you're seeing now, they're not new. They're not marvelous. They're not world wonders. They've been there, been used, and been done with. And you're just getting it. And you think it's exciting. No, it's not exciting. What is exciting is when our people understand what truly is the foundation of our nation and our nationhood, and understand that your rights do not rest with individuals. Your rights rest in the Constitution and laws of the Republic of Liberia. If our rights continue to rest in individuals, they will get rich and we'll get poor. Our nation will suffer and they will steal and get rich. And we'll back them stupidly. No, we can't do that. We can't do that. Because no matter how we love people, there comes a time people got to be accountable. Look at all the people that love Donald Trump. Now some of them haven't stepping back and saying, no, what happened on January 6th? Was not us. We were mesmerized with wealth and materialism, and we got caught up into that bandwagon that led us astray. Now Americans beginning to come back to our senses and say, no, this is not us. We don't follow one man. We follow laws. We follow our system of leadership and governance. And that's what Liberian people got to learn. We can emulate Americans all we want, or try to be like them all we want. It will not help our country. Our country not America. Look how you're stealing from our country. Taking $15,000, $5,000, $4,000 home. That's stealing, man. Americans don't even live to that. And even if they do, you know how hard people got to work in this country to make $4,000? They're not small work. Of course, in every state, you reach a certain stage where you make the money and you don't have to do the work as you should. You delegate it. If you know how to handle power and positions and authority. So there comes a time in life when you reach a certain stage in your life, you don't have to work too hard. You delegate things, but you do have to read and you do have to supervise. Because if you delegate things and you don't check on it to make sure it happens the way you want it to happen, it will come back to bite you in the butt. Something will go wrong, and you will be held accountable no matter who you put in charge. If you are responsible, like George, we are responsible for our country. No matter who you put in charge, if he can't read and write, just as he can't read and write right now, all that big talking, he be talking, a man can't read and write that big bullshit talking where he talk for 2 hours. Who you fooling? He ain't fooling me. He's a dummy. So if you're a man like that, and you don't know what you're doing, all the problems will come back to you, and that's what happened to him. Because all the authority he giving to people, he can't read, he doesn't understand what the authority entails. So all the people coming back and telling him all kind of things, and he believing it, and they're not truthful. They're not truthful, maybe. And if you're not reading reports, just like Donald Trump, you saw Donald Trump wasn't reading reports. They were giving him all the reports. He was just putting it down one place, packing it in his bag. he was packing the bag to take to Mar-a-Lago. When he gave him the report, he's shaking, he looked over here. He put it in his bag and fold it out to take to Mar-a-Lago when he leaves. That was the FBI had to go get all documents back. So you see, that what happens when you can't read. The people give you all the documents, you just look through this, look at all the pictures and everything, and you fold it and put it in your bag to take home. It can't work to that. Then when things happen, you shot. You yourself shot, but you got to handle it because that's your people you appointed. And that's how things trickle down. You make appointments, you got to follow up. So for us, this peace sake thing, it's long gone. People commit crimes in our country. We can't say for peace sake. No, we got to punish them. They got to go through a legal process because we have seen, man, how every time we try to punish people, they say, oh, you did it before. There's people did it before, you ain't do nothing. No, somewhere it has to stop. Somewhere we got to say, we ain't taking that BS no more. It stops here. Right here, it stops right here. And we're going to court now. Any of this thing, we're going to court. All your political BS, all your political and dysfunctional behaviors and attitudes and all of that, we're taking you to court. People got to go to court. You know, we got tribal issues. There's a certain point we can say, yes, for peace sake, we'll do this. But then we have to be wise enough to know at what points we can say for peace sake, and we can say, no, let's go to court and resolve this so there can be a final resolution to everything. Why? Because when you go to court and the court resolve it, it's law. Nothing can change that again. Nothing's supposed to change that in our country, but we see our lawmakers changing the law when they want to, when they think it's in their best interest, when they think it's in their tribal people's best interest, and we can't do those kind of things. Or they're doing it to please the president because the president wants something done, so all the people get together and violate our laws. It can't be like that, my people. It can't be like that. If we continue to do that, then we are not taking responsibilities for our own lives, for our nation. We're not. Yes, we elect these people to be our officials of government, but we can't leave our governments in their hands. We can't say, oh yeah, we elect these people so they will do the right thing. No, it can't work like that. We elect these people, one, but we are the owners of our nation. We are the main source of check and balances on our officials. Not the three branches of government. Yes, the three branches of government, we put them there because of our constitutional mandates. So we have three branches of government, and they're supposed to check on each other and balance each other's behavior and attitudes and everything. But as we see now, they're not doing it. All of them submitting to the will of the executive. So we have three branches of government, but one is the source of all our problems, because the other two have been bribed to take total instruction from one branch of government. And this is where the mandate of the Liberian people come in. You see, this is why we can never stop being the managers of our own interests. Liberia is our country. We are the supreme managers of our country. And if the people we hire to delegate this authority to serve our country in our interests are not competent, energetic, productive enough to take our country from one level to the next level, and they are all in cahoots with robbing our nation and keeping it stagnated and non-productive. And they're telling us it's productive, and we know our country not productive, because every morning we gather when it rains, our whole streets covered with rain. Our homes, water come in our homes when they're not supposed to do that. Our children can't go to school, some of them, because of the water penetrating every aspect of our society. We look at our beaches being eroded. Our homes are coming into the water now because the water finished eating all the sand and everything, and our people are not taking care of our country. So how can you tell us everything okay and right when we wake up and see the evidence of bad governance, bad leadership, bad sanitation, bad everything? How can we look at those things and say, yes, everything is all right in our country? It's not right. It's not right. And we can't continue with it for peace sake when people are put in position to make sure that these things do not occur. When our country and government allocate monies for people to use to ensure that our sanitation is taken care of, our what you call it, drainage are clean and free of dirt and debris. Then we come to look at it down. When the rain comes, everything is flooded. How can we account for that? How can we? Then when we go to talk, people say, for peace sake, we won't forget it. We're all brothers. No, we can't be like that. This can't be our calling. Every time people steal, they feel that people will forgive them because we forgive other people. No. It got to stop, my people. Our country will suffer. How can we come home to a country full of water every time it rains? Our land taken away by the ocean. Government officials doing anything they want to do with impunity in our country. How long will we go through this? Enough is enough. And for this to change, we must start with the end of this for peace sake. We must start with the end of for peace sake. When people harm us and our nation, like our nation has been already harmed, and the people still harming us, we cannot forgive them for peace sake. We cannot say, no, we'll leave it alone. How will we say leave it alone? Look at our nation. The sanitation, the nastiness, the corruption, the stealing is still ongoing. Then people that Dennis Jar come and tell us, we must forget these people. Some Liberians saying, for peace sake, we must leave. No, we can't leave these people alone. How will we leave the warlords and criminals alone who have killed our people? And now they want to proclaim themselves as honorable men. If we ever do that, this is my caveat to the Liberian people. This is a serious caveat I'm giving you. If you don't punish these people, and I come to Liberia and me and my family do anything, if you try to punish us, it will be hell to pay in Liberia. If I do anything in Liberia and you try to punish me, I will look at you and say, to hell with you and your law. Come get me. If you will let people who murder my father and murder my people and destroy my country get away with impunity, when we have the right and means to try these people and bring justice to all the families that have been prosecuted by these evil people who calling themselves lawmakers in our country. and y'all let them get away with impunity again, anything we do in our country, y'all better shut your damn mouths and say nothing about it. When I come to Liberia, this is a caveat, a serious warning. Y'all let the criminals go, the people that kill our people. Anything we do in Liberia, y'all better shut up and let's keep on talking. Because if y'all deny us justice, if y'all deny us our constitutional right to the rule of law, and let these war laws and war criminals and economic bandits get away for peace sake, ain't gonna be no peace in Liberia. Ain't gonna be no peace in Liberia, because if I don't rise up, our people will rise up, because enough is enough. Enough is enough. We want justice. And you gotta give us justice. You can't deny us justice time and time again. I rest my case on this subject. Aluta continua.
dedicated to cooking from the soul. We've been here for a year and a few days actually, and this is the spot that you want to come to when you want to indulge in great soul food. Here we offer collard greens, baked macaroni and cheese, we have the fish and grits, shrimp and grits on Sundays of course, and a lot of other soul food norms added with a little bit of our fusion. Chef Summer Duffin is the chef in the kitchen, and just come on down and check us out. You will not regret it.
I'm a resident of Province and a manager of Desist Kitchen, West African, mainly Liberian dishes.
How long has this business been in operation?
We've been in business for about 5 years now.
How has the cooperation of the community been?
It's been pretty much supportive, not just Africans, but also our brothers and sisters of the African American community also been supportive, as well as other African and even other nationalities. So far, so good. We've been having a lot of support from different ethnic groups and different nationalities.
For Liberia and Liberians to truly progress, a solid foundation of accountability and justice through the rule of constitutional law must be firmly established. What do I mean by that? Our country has been lawless for so long. Now we establish new governance and government. We still have a lot of work to do to establish true justice in our country and accountability of our leaders. We cannot go on, not even like we were before, during Tottenham time and Tottenham. We can't go on like that. Those governments did not truly account to the Liberian people of our wealth or for our wealth and resources. Nepotism, favoritism, all the negative things did and still continue to overwhelm the progress and advancement of our people. Stall them, pull them back, retard them. We can't go on like this. It doesn't behoove us as a people and nation to continue living as we are with all those that have done atrocities and evil in our country and to our people account for their actions. That's the first accountability I'm talking about. We got to have a war crimes court. And it's just sad when these other media institutions of the Liberian community begin to proffer things that let's forgive them for peace sake and all these things against the war crimes court. It hurts us. Because in this day and age, people are not supposed to just commit crimes in our country and we honor them and they get away with it just like we've been doing from time immemorial. No, man. We can't do that. People got to account for their actions. Now look at these criminals and warlords and killers talking about they want to name universities after themselves. How you kill all our people like that, man? Then because of this small little tribal group, you want to go name university in your enclave for the whole Liberia? This is not right. It is God-forsaken. It is bad and evil. And for us to sit down and allow this kind of thing to happen, knowing that the atrocities that these people have perpetrated against us, yes, anybody can change after you've been caught and you're about to face punishment. Anybody can change with conversion and all kind of shit. But we know you still got to go through the punishment. Jesus said, can come down and test you on the head and make a cross on your head and move all the hair and just let your cross be shiny. You go into jail. You can go minister to all the people in jail. When you come out, all of you will be Holy Ghost people together. But I'm not impressed by that. When you commit a crime in our life society, you go to jail. You be prosecuted. And my Liberian people, man, you wake up, man. You wake up. It doesn't matter who these people are. I'm ready to punish my own pa and mom for stealing, man. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. People got to be held accountable. How we get our government position to people and they just go there with the intention to steal and enrich themselves? And they do it. Look at Benana Ayue. I told you from college, Benana Ayue told us in college that his only intention for the work for government was to steal. Now he becomes the richest man in Liberia. We know Benana Ayue didn't have shit when you were in college. You were a poor begging boy in college. Now here he is, Liberia's richest man overnight. In my lifetime. You think that's right? That's not right. He stole the money. Benana Ayue come from a poor family. All of us come from poor families. But But for you to say you're the richest man in Liberia overnight, you better prove to me how you got that money. And first of all, that radio station he got now for him, because he went on a government mission when he heard about that radio station. When you do things for the government and you come across information or anything that can benefit you or our country financially, that thing is for our country, not for you. You can't claim it for yourself. So all the stealing that been going, I mean, the stealing is just immense. And at some point, we gotta say, no, man, our country gotta live. Our people gotta live. We deserve better. We've been suffering for so long, man. Look at our little children, all our little children, man. These little children are suffering. They can't even get a good education. While some people sending their children to the best schools in Liberia, paying hundreds and thousands of dollars for them to go to school. And the masses of people can't even get good teachers, good institutions, secure institutions, water, rain, all coming to the ceiling. What happened to our country, man? What is happening to our country? I just want to know, all of you patriots who know better, what is happening to our country? While we're sitting down and letting these people destroy our country and we're saying we love them. What kind of love is that? What kind of love is that, man? What is happening to our country? We can do better. We can do far better. All the wealth, this is the kind of money these people are stealing. 11 million, 12 million, 5 million. How can our country survive? We got plenty of money. We got plenty of money in our country. We're supposed to have roads built through all our country now. We're supposed to be connected every county by now. If we do nothing, just fix the roads, our country will develop. Instead of just stealing. I mean, the money the people stealing, man, our country could be, and if they fix the roads and things, all of us will get beneficial endowment from it. All of us will benefit from it. All of us will get money. All of us will do good business. The money will flow through that bureau so much. They're stealing, you're stealing, and we're catching you. The money will be so much, some people will not even know you're stealing. But when your minds are petty and you're blocking all the development of our country just to steal, you can't benefit from it. Because the more you block everything, the people suffering. And the people watching you riding new cars, dressing in all the best clothes, wearing all the best shades, and they're suffering. How you can do that? That's stupidness. All the money to open the country, you're just blocking it, stealing it. You know, the people suffering. For the people to go from here to Nimba, or not even Nimba to Grand Jide or Lofa, it takes them 2-3 days. The people can't do their business. By the time they get there, all their business spoil and everything. They piss off. And you're stealing the money, they know you're stealing the money, all the money missing, you're forcing them on yourselves. So how can you benefit from your stealing? You can't. And our Liberian people, man, people that Dennis Jar and all these people, y'all don't support these rogues by coming up and suggesting people talking about peace sake, people talking about let's forgive them. I mean, you people are the very people perpetrating the criminality in our society. You people are supposed to be perpetrating the right and just communication to our people. Instead of that, our whole society is weak with corruption, weak with stealing, weak with lies, weak with deception. We can't go on like this. We can have a very strong society. We can build our people. We can build our people. And it will come back to benefit us. Hey, my people, I don't like to boast about myself, but look at my little school and put up a refugee camp. I will bring my CEO over one day, let him tell you how the children, the students of the school, now they're not children, they are students. It's just 6 months since we started that school. The people baking by themselves now. They're calling their relatives in America to buy them oven in Ghana so they can start doing their own baking. Everybody's shocked. Right now, the people going around, individuals from the school, got their own things going in their homes now. They're baking and selling it. And they're telling us how their lives have changed because they didn't have a clue or even how to mix flour. Now they're baking cake, they're baking bread, they know how to fry, all these things. It's changing their lives. They're going to the camp selling now. The people baking their own bread and selling now. All of them doing their own things. Why it can't come to Liberia? Why we can't do the same thing in Liberia? Huh? Why? That all we need in Liberia for our people to be loved, for our people to feel loved, for our people to feel appreciated, and given a chance to rise up. That's all they need. We got smart people, man. Our Liberian people are smart. We are so smart, we are our own worst enemies. You know, that's how it works sometimes. That because we don't believe in what we're doing. Our faith is weak in Jesus Christ, in our lives, in everything is weak. Or it's too dependent. You can't depend on Jesus Christ for everything and just sit down and say, oh, Jesus will do that for me. He will move my foot. He will move my hand. He will move my head. No, Jesus ain't coming to do that. You can't be so dependent that you rely on Jesus Christ for everything. No, Jesus Christ gave you good health. He gave you a mind to be educated in, a smart mind. All my people are smart. But they're lazy. They're lazy. And when you're smart and lazy, it can't work. It can't work. You always putting things aside. They call it procrastination. You're always wasting time. You got an excuse for not doing it. Oh, I can't do this, man. It's raining today, maybe tomorrow. Oh, I can't do this, man. I'm too tired today. Maybe tomorrow. Oh, man, my mom thinking about my mom rest today. I can't do it because my mom. Oh, no, I can't do it because my sister did it. Everything got excuses. You got so many damn excuses, you can't do nothing for yourself. You can't do nothing. You got to get on your butt and work. Then you will benefit from the fruit of your labor. When you sit down there waiting for other people to come do things for you, no. You see, let me tell you something. Under Atomic Commander Chesson, it ain't happening. It ain't happening. I don't support the ASAP people. First of all, we get up 6 o'clock in the morning for no apparent reason. Whether we got to go to work or whether we got to stay home or whether we got to 6 o'clock we get up. We program ourselves to get up 6 o'clock. That's just for normal working people. But you know you got different kind of work. You got to work at different times. You got second shift, you got third shift, all those things. But our people got to learn to be accountable and responsible. So the second thing, I told you the first thing is the War Crimes Code, that's the foundation for accountability. We must bring justice to our country. All the wars that have been going on, all the killing, all the stealing, all the raping, all the evil, we got to bring accountability to that. We got to bring closure to that. How do we bring closure to that? We got to bring the War Crimes Code. People can't just do evil in our country and we forgive them and get away. People can't just rape our children and kill our babies and our mothers, rape our mothers and things like that. Then we say we're forgiving them. Yes, we forgive them, but they got to be punished for their crimes. Jesus forgives us, but he punishes us still. He punishes us because with forgiveness, that's to give you the chance to go to heaven. But your crimes, you got to pay for your crimes. You can't just get them and go to heaven and I know. Sometimes you got to pay for your crimes. Why do you think we got so many angels, spirits roaming the earth? Because that many people now do wicked shit and they're scared to go to the light. They're scared to go to God. So they stay on earth and linger on earth and hide in buildings and things for eternity. But they can't stay there forever because at some time, God's kingdom will come and all of them got to go be punished. They can't hide from punishment. When wicked people do things here, they know that God will punish them. So they're scared to go to the light. When you go to the light, you go to God, and God will judge you up there. So most of them stay down here and just torment people. They are the pestilence. They talk about in the Bible. They appear to people, they scare people, they do things, they move things. You know, they ain't got no peace. You don't want to be those kind of people. I'd rather go to the light and face my punishment and do what I got to do and get it over with and go live in peace with God than to come lay down here on earth, hiding in houses, on the houses, in the basement and all kind of things. Then in the end, I still got to face God. I still got to face my punishment. You can't dodge it. So what all this stupidness is the same thing with real life. You know, all the wickedness we're doing, it will catch up with us one day. It will catch up with us. Every day for thief man, one day for master. You know all of that. So my people, that's a challenge we got, man. We got the accountability aspect for the war crimes. Now the second thing that deal with justice and the rule of law is to overhaul our government. We got to bring the war crimes court to punish all the evil people, to change the mentality of our society from wickedness to good. Then we got to bring the system to review everything in our society, because our whole society is backward now. Look at the money that people making. Look at the term that our officers stay in government for. Things not right. We're promoting corruption. Our own laws were made by warlords and people that Amos Sawyer then who were opportunists. So we got a lot of criminal shit in our laws that we need to take out. You know, Ellen Johnson, Sally, they all of them that turbo progressive, they came to steal. So they put all this money in there to steal. So we need to overhaul our government. We need to sit down and review our whole government piece by piece, system by system. We change all the salary. We amend the salary to be competitive with our societies and the needs of our people in our society. Nobody's going to be carrying 15,000. You better be, maybe the president carry 5,000 out of home. He better be happy a month. Our country not there to be robbed. We need professionals. We need patriots to come and build our country. So we'll overhaul everything. We'll look at salaries. We'll overhaul the salaries in our country. We'll look at all the concession agreements in our country, and we'll review them again to see where people have been unfair to us. They call it unconscionability. Where people have been unconscionable towards us. They have taken advantage of us. So we'll go through all our concession agreements again. And wherever we found people taking advantage of the Liberian people or people attempting to steal, we'll call for the re-examination of our terms of agreement and probably an amendment to any agreement we got with people when we see that they're trying to steal for us. So all these things we do it piece by piece by piece. And if I'm in charge, our country will change overnight. Because as we overhaul those things in our government that need changing, people will be punished. We're going after people for our monies, and we're putting our country into the right trajectory for progress and advancement. The time of the Liberian people is now. So the two foundations we got: one is to punish the criminals and warlords and criminal and economic bandits that have broken our country down, and we go after our money that they got, wherever we can get from them. If we can't get money, we take their property. We sell it to common Liberian citizens. No government official can buy it. We sell it to common people overnight. You will not get your property back. It will be gone. And you go into jail. So when we set that foundation up for accountability, then we move to overhauling our government. We set up a constitutional review committee, an economic review committee, and a governmental administrative review board that will look at every position in our government to see whether we need it or not, to see whether we have overlapping positions, to see whether too many people doing the same jobs. We weed all of that up. Our government, we small, and we promote private sector business like nothing. We pump money into private sector business because our government will be small. Right now, the government is 5,000. We're cutting it down to 2,000 because we don't need that many people working in government. We need professionals working in our government. So we have nothing for professionals. And the money for the rest of the people that we're going to lay off, we're going to face a business, a small business economic packet where Liberians will be able to borrow. Ordinary Liberians who can show us a good business plan will be able to borrow money from the government to go do their business. But be warned, you got to give us collateral. You got to give us land or your house or something to fulfill the amount of money you want to do your business. So that will change our society. We'll start with that. We're not going to start borrowing money right away. We're going to restructure our system and see how we set up our economic system to be conducive and viable for our progress and advancement and the promotion of individual wealth in our society. I want individual people to get rich. I don't want government officials to get rich. We pay government officials well because we reduce the government to 2,000 people. You know you're assistant minister. You don't got no 3-4 assistant ministers under you. You want deputy minister, you want assistant minister, all the work in that ministry that got to be done, you're two doing it. And you will not get paid more than $2,000 a month. Only the president will get paid $5,000 a month. Everybody else below $5,000. So that's how we got to structure our system. You want free light, you want free water, you're working for the government. If you're entitled to that, you know you're not going to get paid big because all of that would be a part of your enumeration for your pay. I've been there for 1 hour. My class is done. We can extend this later on my next class. But my people, it's time to build our country. It's time to change everything in our country to benefit us, the masses of the Liberian people, not the few. We need to set up systems where people can go buy cars. Every Liberian will have the opportunity to have a car on credit, on the credit system. You'll be able to pay. All of you taxi drivers who are honest and paying your money every month, we'll see how we can set up a system for you to be able to buy your own taxes and cars straight from the dealer, not from other people. It will be straight from the dealer. But all of those things got to be set up. We'll restrain our government. We'll use that money to be infused into the community so people can build their lives. Government can't control everything. We don't want to control everything. We want people to take advantage of the system, our constitutional democracy system, and build your own lives with help from the government. Okay? And all of that we structure. You don't pay your money, we'll confiscate your property, your business, and sell it to somebody else. And we're not joking about that. Because the time of the Liberian people is now. Aluta. Continue. My class is done. Have a good day, my people. I ain't going to go further.